But again, I want to welcome you to our salute to our veterans, our troops, and their families. If you all, again, will please rise for the presentation of the colors by the Clermont County Marines Leatherneck Detachment 393, again, accompanied by our bagpiper, Robert Reed. And before we retire the colors, we're going to have the national anthem sung by Stephanie Williford. And as Stephanie's coming up, I want to again encourage anybody who's interested in furthering their education. UC Clermont does have a booth here. And Lindsay, where is it?
Outside this building.
Okay, which is out here. And especially for those people who are veterans looking to use a GI Bill and everything, you can look her up, and you can actually talk to Keith too, and how important that is. It's there for you, and so I know she asked me to encourage anybody to go by and get information as well. So with that, again, we're honored to have Stephanie Williford singing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
To tell you all a little bit about services that are available for veterans and their families here in Clermont County. We have Howard Dougherty. Howard is the director of our Clermont County Veteran Service Organization, and we are known as the best veteran service organization in the state of Ohio, and we're very proud of that. We're proud of Howard and his team. So Howard?
Thank you, Bob. Thank you. Let's give Bob another hand. He deserves it. As you all know, we have 88 counties in the state of Ohio. There's 88 veteran services. We offer financial services. We will do claim work for you. We will help you get installed with UC and the girls and the downtown. We'll do whatever we can to help a veteran. That's our job. We're proud of our job. There are 16,148 veterans in Clermont County. You all deserve a good hand, and I'm going to give you one. We're not the biggest, but we're one of the best. I was in Columbus this morning, well, the last 3 days, and I'm proud to say I'm from Clermont County. And that Cincinnati stuff is good too, because of the Reds and all this. Even Cleveland Cavalier fans, whoever we got here, they're good. But no, I'm just 76 South Riverside. Come and see us. I'll buy you a free cup of coffee. We'll sit and chat. We'll do whatever you want. My door is always open. We like to have appointments if you got serious stuff to look at, but we will get by. Could I answer any questions? Anybody? Just everybody's happy, aren't they? That's the way we like it. I'm sorry about the flyover, but the Marines just couldn't do it. I love them too.
Sounds like there's not only lightning outside, but inside as well. You know, again, we are here to salute our veterans, and we cannot say enough thank yous for your service, your sacrifice, our freedom. So many things we take for granted every day, but here in Clermont County, we're very appreciative. I'm proud to say we are the most patriotic county. I put it, not just in Ohio, as far as I'm concerned, in the whole United States. That we love our veterans, we love our troops, we love their families. We're there to support them and to pay tribute to them. And at this time, I'm going to have one of our state representatives, Doug Green, who's going to come and do the Armed Service Medley, and he will instruct you on what to do. Doug?
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Bob. I would like to ask a request of you before the song begins that as I do the Armed Forces Medley, as your song is identified, would you please stand and be recognized? We certainly would appreciate that, and we're about to begin. Right now. We'll get this right. As you might have already figured out, the first is the U.S. Army. The United States Marines will cause of marches to the doors of victory. We will fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First we fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marines. The United States Navy. Anchors away, my boy, anchors away. Farewell to college joys, we sail at break of day. To our last night on shore, hail to the foe. Until we meet once more, here's wish to do a happy white roll. The United States Coast Guard. We're always ready for the call. We place our trust in thee. Through surf and storm and howling gale, I shout our purpose be. Same apparatus is our guide, our fame, our glory too. To fight, to save, or fight and die. Hey, Coast Guard, we are for you. And the United States Air Force. Off we go, round to climbing high into the sky. Here they come. eyes, shining a flame from under, hope with one terrible roar. We live in pain, we'll go down in flames, 'cause nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. And thank you all so much for your service. God bless you.
Again, thank you for our freedom. You know, our troops today are helping to preserve, or fighting to preserve our freedom. And we have so many from Clermont County who are still deployed. You don't hear a whole lot about going to Iraq, Afghanistan anymore, but there are those out there from Clermont County who are in both places right now. And even though officially those wars are over, let's not forget our brave men and women are still there, fighting not only in those two countries, but around the world for our freedom. We need to keep them in our prayers as well. And if you know of anybody who is deployed or is deploying, please let us know in the County Commissioner's office, because we like to bring them in and to honor them as well. Not just us, but we have Congressman Winstrup's office who honors them. We also have our Sheriff's Department, Veteran Services, and other organizations who like to honor them as well. We want them to know how special they are and how proud we are of them each and every day as well. And with that too, we actually have some special guests here with us. And I'd like for them actually to come up. We have members of the 91st Civil Affairs Battalion. They didn't know I was going to do this. Dylan? These men, again, are from the 91st Civil Affairs Battalion out of Fort Bragg, and they are here doing pre-deployment exercises. We in the county actually are working with them. They're here to do their pre-deployment. They will be deploying somewhere in Africa, and I just like for them, again, to come and just introduce themselves, tell where they're from. The first time, two of them are returned from other teams that have been here before. But we're proud to be able to help train them in their pre-deployment as well. And they've already made comment that they said, wow, they said, this is the most patriotic place we've ever been to. And that's counting the base. But again, I'll ask each one to introduce themselves and tell where they're from.
Captain Alex Bakken from New Jersey.
Sergeant William Schmidt from Pennsylvania.
Sergeant John Benson from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Staff Sergeant Kenneth Gorin from Brainerd, Minnesota.
And one of the tasks that they are to do this week is to work on a threat vulnerability assessment of the fairgrounds during the fair. And so they already learned about our weather, how it could pop up so fast. But again, they'll be working on a few other things too. So when you see them around, shake their hand. Thank them again, not only for their service, but for helping us out here in Clermont County. So let's give them a warm Clermont County welcome and thank them as well. Now, for our honored guest speaker. Again, what can I say about this guy except, only one person has ever walked on water, but he'd be the one who could tread a little, almost walks on water, as far as I'm concerned. Our Congressman, Brad Winstrup, Dr. Winstrup, Lieutenant Colonel Winstrup. Of course, he is a Lieutenant Colonel, Army Reserves, still, has served in Iraq, and now serves us here in Clermont County in Congress. And, Congress with an approval rating of about 11%, I tell you what, though, when everybody gets to know Brad, the approval rating for him would be 100%. And so with that, I am so honored to bring to the podium to be our guest speaker, our Congressman, Dr. Lieutenant Colonel Brad Winstrup, and my friend.
Well, first of all, I want to thank Bob and really thank the other commissioners as well. Ed Humphrey, Dave Ubel, for giving me the opportunity to be with you today. It is an honor. It is correct when people say this is a very patriotic part of the country. If you go across the roads through this area, you will see that many of them are named after our local heroes. That is unique. It doesn't happen throughout the entire country. And I also want to say it's nice to see our friends from Fort Bragg here, and I thank you guys for being up here and serving our community as well. But really when I'm talking, I want to be talking to the recruits that I see waiting back there as much as anybody else. And I share a story about a gentleman named Mike Spann. Mike Spann was a Marine, and he joined the CIA. And Mike Spann, on his CIA application, wrote these words. He said, "I believe in the meaning of honor and integrity. I'm an action person who feels personally responsible for making changes in this world that are within my power. Because if I don't, no one else will." That's what these young men and women are doing today. They're making that commitment to themselves and to each and every one of us that they're going to make a difference in this world. They've taken it upon themselves to make that difference. And they do that. They never do it alone because really their families are with them as well. No one acts alone. You may go off, you may miss your family, but they are right there with you. And it's a sacrifice. It's a sacrifice for everyone. But that sacrifice, whenever a sacrifice like that is made, it is also accompanied by great pride. Not only by those that are serving, but by the families that serve with them and stand behind them. These are the people that have said, "I will run towards the fire. I will go towards the danger. And I will do that not for myself, but for you." And they will be able to do more for mankind than most people can ever hope to do. There's a story in the book called Faith of the American Soldier. It talks about troops leaving Iraq. And there was a soldier at the Baghdad airport getting ready to come home. And he began to cry. One of the other soldiers said, "Why are you crying? We're going home." And he said, "Because I don't think we'll ever be able to do as much for other people as we were able to do here." And that's what our military does. And as they go forward with what they're about to undertake, they're going to hear words like loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, personal courage. These are more than just words, they're a way of life. And they're a way of life. And at a young age, they will say goodbye to their peers, and they're making a commitment to live to a higher standard than the rest of them. We couldn't be prouder. We couldn't be more lucky. And I want to tell them that they are joining the greatest club that I think the country has to offer. And they'll be part of the 1%. Only 1% of Americans have ever worn the uniform and been able to say they serve. You know, there was a saying from the 1700s that talked about when bad men combine, the good must associate. That stands today. There's a lot of dangers in this world. There's a lot of bad people combining. But these are the good men and women that are associating, and they're associating on our behalf. When you see them come up here, just remember that they are the face of peace in the world. They are the face of freedom for our country and for other parts of the world. And I say to them right now, this is your time. This is your task. This is because of your bravery. And this is because of your love of country and to those you live with in this country. There'll be tough times ahead. You need to know that, and I know you do. But with that will come some of the proudest moments of your life. I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank the families that are supporting these young men and women. They're going to go off and serve our country. And I look forward to giving them their oath as they depart on this venture. Thank you.
Thank you, Brad. Those were awesome words. You know, Brad mentioned about the families. It's one thing we in Clermont County do not forget about. The families serve right along with their loved ones. And actually right in front of our administration building in Batavia, We actually have a banner in the front. It says Clermont County supports our troops and their families. And families, again, they sacrifice. They're without their loved ones during major holidays. And you know, they miss benchmarks. And I know, for instance, like the Smedleys. You guys, Justin, Tori, stand up for a minute. Justin, again, was deployed, missed the birth of his daughter, and got to see it by Skype. But when he came home, when he got out of the service, he's a Marine. When he got out, again, that homecoming at the airport, not only to see his beautiful wife, too, but to see his daughter in person for the first time. Those are the sacrifices that they make, and missing even the birth of their own child. And so we thank you, both of you all, for your sacrifice as well. And again, we have a program here in Clermont County called Hole in My Heart, WHOLE. I see we have several members up here today. And this is an organization, it's a support group for family members of those in the military. But we, in Clermont County, we did so much for our military, but we didn't do anything for the families. So this is an organization in which they can come and they can talk to other families, see how they got through deployments, what should I expect, and things like that. And so we welcome anybody to come to that. It meets, again, the first Thursday of each month, 7 p.m., Union Township Civic Center. And so I want to thank the recruiters as well for coming out and doing this. And again, thank you all for providing extra security for this. And with that, I will ask the recruits to come out, and our Congressman Winstrup will be doing the swearing in for them.
I ask you all to raise your right hands and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me, according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations and welcome to the United States military. Get a round of applause.
Amazing how they are so surprised when you do it. Well, they should not be surprised. You know, hopefully that'll just be a routine thing. And that's what we in Clermont County, that's what we're about as well. So again, thank each and every one of you all for coming. Again, to pay our salute, our tribute, again, our veterans, troops, families, future military right here. Many of these men and women will be going off again to boot camp, basic training, and we just, again, want them to know that they go there with a full backing of support from Clermont County. And again, let's give the recruits one big applause here.